what's your rank right now?
Gold 3.
Gold 3. Okay. And what have you been working on recently, lately?
Since the last time we've talked, I've been trying to be better about when I'm leaving a fight, still looking behind me for my teammates that might be taking damage still.
I see.
Um, and trying to be just a little more aware with my Suzu usage.
Okay. Like too late, too early?
Yeah, just timing
Both.
and
Okay.
yeah,
I see.
and prioritizing like where my Suzu goes.
Okay. So Suzu usage, like Suzu priorities.
Mhm.
And by getting out, do you mean like when you're on an angle and
Yeah.
leaving that
When
angle?
a fight is lost,
Oh, I see.
or I'm leaving a
Okay.
fight and I have somebody with me, like making sure that I'm also like carrying them while I'm
Okay.
trying to get out.
I see. Okay. Sounds good. So we can also look at how to deal with when we've already lost a fight. Okay. Sounds good. So we can look at those things. These heroes in this map. What are you thinking?
It's definitely a choice.
Yeah.
I will
How are you gonna
say.
play? How will you play with this team?
Um, well, I can, if I want to be aggressive, I can definitely try and get into the back line with the ball, and I'll have a safe TP with almost everyone else on the team because they don't have as much mobility as I do. But I don't think I play very aggressive with the ball here. I think in the first point I play pretty passive. Just because that first choke is kind of impossible, and they also
Exactly.
had a junk rat.
Exactly.
I think I do try to challenge height a couple times.
Okay. This one.
Yeah,
Okay.
unfortunately, I think the first time I do it, a Reinhardt ends up meeting me up there, and that was really scary, and I think I dropped
Okay.
immediately. But
All right.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm seeing your comp, and I think your usually Lifeweaver is going to be a nice safe TP for you. He probably will be doing a little more healing than you, and
Mm-hmm.
you can look for angles. Although your ball, it's kind of difficult, I find, for Kiriko to heal a ball. So
Mm-hmm.
don't put yourself in a bad situation just to heal your ball when he can really just go get health packs. The person who can actually more reliably heal your ball is literally your life weaver, but
Mm-hmm.
your ball shouldn't really be relying too much on heals from either of you. So you can sort of look to you could do some solo angles. There's a lot of good like opportunities for climbing on this map, especially like around second point, which would be good for you. But also you can see where your cast wants to go. If your cast wants to go on some angles, or we'll see. This comp doesn't have any like sort of clear like off anglers that you'd really like to go with. We'll just
Mm-hmm.
have to see how your team plays. So okay, cool. So they're just really far back. He must be late out of spawn.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think they were pretty late out of spawn.
Okay. So what's your game plan here? I see they're really far back, which is a little unusual, but I see you're walking this way. What are you thinking?
Um, I pushed that way because the rest of their team was moving forward and I was trying to go for an off angle.
Okay.
I also probably did not realize that the life weaver was directly in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and I did just leave both of my DPS without a healer. So, I do know that is a mistake.
Um, I that's a good concern. Yes, being stacked on your healer, your other support. Um, although I know that you went here for like offensive reasons. Um, the concern I have as I see you walk this way is what is your game plan for if there's a Hanzo right here or right here? Right?
Right.
Right? Don't they have a Hanzo? Yeah. So if they
They
have
do.
anyone here, this only worked. This only worked because their tank was late and they decided to give up a ton of space. Like on this map, really, the defending team should not be giving you this lane for free. You have to
Right.
hold both this side and this side or it's GG's. So the fact that they're just letting you take this is very unusual. And you should not be able to do this where you just walk up for free.
Right.
There should be someone holding this corner to look at you, and you should be screwed because you're like, oh shit, I'm like nowhere near cover. And then you get your Suzu and or your TP forced. So
Okay.
you're kind of you're working with what you've got, but also just this is pretty unusual. And that pathing isn't something that I'd recommend on this map. So like
Okay.
something a little safer for you is like you want to move from cover to cover to cover, right? That's how you like to move in this
Right.
game. So this would be a place that you could move through for cover. Maybe not right now, but maybe just in general. Climbing up here, playing around here, getting good recon. If this is free, you can move through here. And then once you're like your tank pushes like this way, or you have an off angling DPS that's here while your tank is this side, you can support that DPS from here, which is safe, and you have a health pack. So on this map, the ways that you want to move from cover to cover, there's not too many options. It's either that side, or you could do it through this side.
Got it.
And either of those would be more preferable. Like you could have done this whole thing by just walking through here instead.
Okay.
And then you'd still have all the same information, except you'd have, it would
A
be
little
just
more
so much easier
cover.
to get into cover without using any
Mhm.
cooldowns. You'd have a lot more safety. Just pathing. So I think a good word for that is just pathing. How are you moving from point A to point B?
Okay.
See, your papers are so bad for ball like that.
Yeah,
It
it's
feels pretty bad,
horrible.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. I die here.
Do you have Suzu?
I die here. I do. I do have Suzu. I didn't use it. I actually, when I died here, I literally was like, why didn't I use Suzu? In my head, I was like, why didn't I use my Suzu? Or why didn't I just turn around and TP out?
I
I
think
greed it. I was greed. I wanted the kill. I was kill hungry. I tunnel visioned.
I see. The sleep dart is actually going to be your main concern. So maybe if you were you saving Suzu for like predicting her sleep dart or just greed?
Just greed.
Just greed. Okay.
Just straight greed.
Just straight greed. Okay. But that's something you can also consider is like this health pack, right? You can get
Yeah.
you can really milk it. You get the heals from the Suzu, and then once she hits you like 1 or 2 more times, then you get the health pack, which is 75
Yeah.
healing. She's not killing you. She is like
No.
unless she sleeps you and that Hanzo comes to kill you. That's it. So.
Yeah, well, press play and you'll see what happens.
Oh. Ah! Oh my god.
Surprise!
Oh boy. We are just so smart. How do we know that was
You are
gonna
a little
happen?
mind reader.
Whoa. So this fight's just weird, right? I actually don't I don't have too much to say about this fight. Why is this fight weird?
Everything was happening in so many different places, and the fight wasn't happening where the fight usually takes place on this map.
Why doesn't a fight usually take place here?
Because by the time we've captured point, usually we've won the team fight, and they're usually not even near the point. Like
they give up and then they
capped
reset.
the point, and the Rhine was in our spawn, like where our new spawn is. So it was just really weird.
This is I agree. This is a bit odd.
Yeah.
But you can actually like make progress right now anyways as the doors are opening. So they're kind of like they have someone here like they have the Hanzo on point, but like you wouldn't be able to push this anyways. So it's kind of not a great use of their resources. It's not a good place for them to fight. They're fighting back here out of the LOS of their healers when the Rhine was in here. He's backed up now, which is better. So that's just, you know, kind of weird. A little weird.
Yeah.
If that fight feels weird, it's because it is.
Yeah, it did.
And not
feel
anything
weird.
you guys are necessarily doing wrong. that doesn't happen. Weird fight, weird fight. Alright, you're pushing cart. Alright, let's look for an angle. Oh, okay, you going this way with your cast.
I
Just
was.
kidding.
It's angles are hard to take because of this Junkrat.
This Junkrat. Okay, so you
Yeah.
don't like this spot. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I struggled to find an angle for a minute until we pushed this payload forward a little bit.
Okay,
'Cause-
so yes. You tried this and there was a Junkrat spamming it, okay?
Mhm.
I mean, they also have a Hanzo, which is pretty difficult.
Mhm.
Your other option besides this main choke pushing point is over here.
Mhm.
Something similar could happen. You're more likely to be concerned about the Hanzo over here than the Junkrat. Sometimes you can get away with some stuff over here, depending on
Mhm.
how much noise your team is making elsewhere. You
Mhm.
might be able to come here and shoot at this on a couple times.
Yeah.
And then, yeah. Oh, you do that?
No,
Okay.
so when I moved back to go to main, that was my idea, but the Rhine was sitting there.
Okay, so it
I
was
was
just
kind of just stuck there for a minute until we
right,
reset.
right. Yeah, it is tough. You've got this super narrow right lane, and then you've got this super narrow left lane that this junk is just spamming through, and then you've got Heart, which is also pretty congested as well. Something you can do on Kiriko is for recon, you could go up here and just look.
Yeah.
Because what else? If you said, I'm stuck here, I can't go this way, I can't go that way, there's a Rhine, I can't go to this angle that I'd really like to go to. If you're just gonna stand somewhere and heal, I mean, your Life Weaver's got enough healing for you to leave for a second to do some recon. This could be good information for you, right?
I think I actually do go there eventually.
Good. Okay. This is like a little bit awkward to climb. There's only like a couple, I want to say it's like here you can climb. Like this little area here is climbable. And then I can't remember if this here is climbable. I think it is.
I do believe that is where I climb.
And then I think all of this you hit your head on.
Yep.
And then all of this here. So I think those are your options. And then this here is like a slider. So if you can't stand on that, you will fall forward pretty slowly. And you could die like that if you're not careful. So this is good for recon, not really good for like committing to going this way necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like a weird mechanical thing is you just have to be a little crafty with. I think I recommend this, climbing here and looking. Because if you climb here, it's very easy to get caught on the slider and then you fall here. You're like, ah. Scary. All right, let's see. You've got a Rhine in your team, and he's got Shatter.
Yup.
Oh, that's unlucky, but I like the idea.
Yeah.
He really wants to Shatter. Oh, okay. I like the mines. All right, your ball gets shattered.
Yup.
Okay, wait, hold on. You just look a little bit lost on where to go.
I am.
Yeah. Okay.
I was gonna TP to my cast here, but by the time I register that he's ulting and I go to TP to him, he's dead.
Ah, yes. Okay. So that's one option, is to go somewhere over here. The thing is you've got a Hanzo and an Ana here. And so what they're doing is, if they've decided, hey, we don't like this fight because they've used tree and they've used mines, we might want to start backing up. They're here and they're already looking this direction. And as they're kiting, if you come to stand here, that's literally
The whole team.
You're making it easy for them, right?
Yeah.
They're able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. They're able to like kite this fight and still shoot at you at the same time. This is
Okay.
not like this is not an aggressive like, oh, I'm chasing them, right? Like that's not what's happening here. It would be maybe if okay, I'm actually flying around. If you climbed up here and you were like you can't really stand here, but if you were shooting at them as they were trying to back out of the fight, that's a different story from up here, right? But this is just making it really easy for them. So this is not a great option. And we don't really like being here. We can't do a whole lot here. I say you could go over here, shoot at this Rhine, and then as he goes around that corner, you can start shooting at these guys as they back up.
Okay.
You might not get like the most done ever here, but it's more than you can do here.
Right.
And it's just they're not already looking at you. If you start shooting at these guys, they're probably going to be walking back in a pretty predictable fashion, and then you absolutely have some TPs out, right? You know that you have a couple people playing main back here. So,
right.
Just sometimes being, creative with splitting from your team. It might not feel great, but sometimes you don't have the best options. It might just be slightly better.
Okay.
I'm not doing a whole lot from here, but it's more than I'm doing where I am currently. So,
okay.
There's not always a perfect position. Just less bad ones. Sometimes when fights get weird. Oh god, this Rhine just doesn't die.
No, he doesn't.
So you could have Suzu'd that. Did you count on your Life Weaver to grip that?
I did.
Okay, good.
I think I had it in my mind because the first time I Suzu'd him, Life Weaver also gripped, so I was like, I'll just see.
Okay, good.
If the pin actually hits and the grip doesn't happen, then I'll Suzu.
Okay. It's like 300 damage, which is a good amount. Ball does have a lot of HP, and it's not like you're gambling someone's life because it's a one shot, right? It's not a one shot for your ball. So okay, and you didn't see grip anytime recently, so you just assume your Life Weaver is gonna grip that. Okay. All right, let's see what we do for Kitsune here.
Thanks for the touch up. What's up?
All right, so I see you want to TP to this ball.
Only in straight preservation of my life. I wanted to get away from my team because I knew that that tire was coming for me.
No, I think the second he goes into this room, I think you can TP to him now. And it's not even just to save your life. It's literally because if you and Ball are here, and you guys, and you can fight like this, or he can, if he wants to come around this way, then you can choose to peek out here and support him through here, start shooting at people through here. You can sort of make some moves with your ball. And this is like a free setup, right? You're not crossing all this open space and risking all this damage just to set up for this angle, right? It's free. You TP in. You are not in danger if you TP in here right now.
Okay.
Or let's say when he gets here, let's like look at this.
Get ready for a shot.
Okay, this Hanzo has already decided he's leaving, right? So as soon as you see that this ball isn't getting chased, they don't chase the ball because they know he's getting the mega, then you can TP in here, wait a couple seconds for your TP to start coming back. Let's say wait 3 seconds. And then peek again. Or as you're waiting the 3 seconds, you climb up and then you can, play off your ball wherever he chooses to go. So I think the TPing to reposition, not just to save your life, you can be creative with, hey, I would like to hold that position actually. No one on their team is in castle. I want to go castle.
Okay.
What's up?
So you wait to hear the tire to TP out. I see.
I'm so selfish, I know.
I mean, Why we TP out? How come?
Oh, because I think I still am in the mindset where like I have to play in my team or be behind my team. Even though I can see my whole team on my screen on and off
Yes.
angle like this.
Yes.
Like
You
I
just
know I
said
can
it.
see everybody, but like I'm just like, well, I gotta get back to my team, even though I can see them all. It
Yeah.
makes no sense.
Yeah, you just said it. Like, you have, okay, you guys are down 2. You just got a trade on, or you just got, yeah, a trade on the Hanzo. So you guys are still down 1, but your spawn's way closer than theirs is.
Yeah.
So you guys are like still really, you're still trying to win this fight, right? You haven't given up on this fight. And the
Mhm.
spot that you're in, no one is looking at you.
Right.
They haven't earned your TP out yet. You've given it to them for free. You said, "Oh,
Right.
oh, sorry guys, I'm in your spot. I'm in your space. I'm gonna leave now. I'll see myself out." No, make them earn it from you, right? Make them look at
Yeah.
you, start shooting at you, get cooldowns thrown at you, and then say, "Okay,
Mhm.
fine, 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 I'll leave." So let's see. This spot that you have here, you said it yourself. I can see my team. I can see bad guys. I have cover. I have a TP option. You have
Right.
everything you need, and you have both cooldowns. You have literally everything you need to be in the spot right here.
Right.
Okay, so you can stay until that's not the case anymore.
Okay.
Be stubborn. Stay here.
Yes.
You're gonna leave, but I'm gonna stay here. Okay? What's this fight look
Okay.
like if I stay right here? I'm shooting at this Ryan in the butt. I'm shooting at this junk in the butt. He's probably gonna turn around and look at me. At which case,
Yeah.
okay, I need to hide for a second, and then, well, my TPs are a little further. You might be able to TP to your Life Weaver. Maybe not. He's a little far. But if you were still back here, shooting at this Ryan, shooting at this junk, would your team have fallen back so far? I'm not sure.
Probably not. No,
Right?
probably not.
They probably fell back because you had TP'd back to your Life Weaver, and they're like, okay, all right, we are giving up, we are resetting. So if you stayed here, I think you could have helped your team kind of hold the space. And then you have 2 respawning now. And then where is their...
Rezzed. It was rezzed.
Oh, he was rezzed. Okay, I see, I
Mhm.
see. Well, then that's fair. That's still a fair concern. I think you still could have waited a little longer before you TP'd out.
I probably could have.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
I'm really feeling the heat.
Too
Don't
late.
know what the thought process of that was. Yeah.
I'm really feeling the heat.
He messed up his pedal.
I think that's what I waited for. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
he put his pedal down. I
He's gonna
won't
go up.
Suzu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just he messed it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Careful, we're outnumbered.
I like the idea of you sort of letting other people use their selfish cooldowns first. It's just unfortunately they fuck it up. So
Mhm.
just moving on.
Group up with me.
Oh, okay.
Fucking drunk rat. Sorry, I'm fussing.
Freaking Junkrat.
What the French toast?
Okay, now your other healer is a Juno. Okay, interesting. Noted.
And that is a nanoed Reinhardt in our spawn.
Mm-hmm. You have no Suzu. Just, yeah. Oh boy. Oh my
I was
god,
like,
you are
not
so
again.
scared. You're so scared. Okay. Oh my goodness. You guys just cannot reset. Yeah, just late on
they're
that.
in our spawn.
Just late on that Suzu there.
Yeah.
I Suzu now. Yeah. I like that you bounced it off the wall. That was good. Just too late.
The breeze brings
All right,
relief.
I just need your team to reset.
I'm here.
All right, let's Kitsune. Okay.
Oopsies.
Why'd that happen?
'Cause I'm stupid.
No, No,
Because
like
it's the main choke, and I
why?
just walked forward
Mhm.
and on the Kitsune. I should have known
Mhm.
better.
Mhm.
I'm usually pretty good about reading into that stuff. I dodge those pretty regularly, and I just didn't.
Right. Well, what else were you focused on? Why didn't you notice that?
Step right.
Because
Just
I wanted to do damage.
okay. Gotcha.
Protecting. Let the Kitsune guide you.
Yeah, you just kitsuned and just didn't use cover whatsoever. Like, just didn't think about, like, you kind of turned your brain off
Yep.
in other scenarios where you would have been thinking about these things. Like, I'm gonna die. I need to keep in mind fire strikes. I'm standing in a choke. I need to be peeking around cover with each kunai instead of just standing in the open and strafing. So, that's fine. At least you know when we kitsune,
Yeah.
that's something to look out for.
Yeah.
We are not we are not unkillable in Kitsune. We're super killable. Uh-oh. So they probably
Okay,
would have been
I
dead
think
anyways, but
yeah, I think this might have been a ping because I throw my Suzu before the tire goes off, but in this replay, the tire's already gone. Like it has already gone off, and I throw it after it's even done.
I see. So the second they get shattered, okay, the second they get shattered, this Rhine is going to, so he's going to do a swing and a fire strike.
Right.
And your cast is about to be dead. So this, like, when you see this Rhine walking up, like, right?
You can see that I get out of the way because I know I'm about to get shattered.
Yeah, right now you need to be Suzuing. Right
Oh.
now.
Okay, so the last time we talked about this, you told me that I should Suzu after the fire strike.
Oh,
Because
okay, so it depends. It's like if he's far away, you can see whether he's gonna do one fire strike or two fire strikes or a pin, right? You have some time to see how far they are and what he's gonna do. He's right in front of this cast, which means he can literally, he's also damage boosted, which means a swing and a fire strike and this guy's dead.
Okay.
So because he's so close to him, you know that he's like literally one shot from this Reinhardt.
Right. Okay.
If he were further away, let's say the Reinhardt had shattered him from like here, then there's one fire strike and you can let one fire strike hit maybe, or like as the fire strike is traveling, you can kind of assess, is there other damage coming in from other places, or does it look like he's gonna pin? Is he gonna fire strike and then pin? How many people are it's you kind of have to get in the mind of a Reinhardt, right? If I have 3 people caught in my shatter as a Reinhardt and 2 of them are 100 HP, those are the ones that I'm going to want to fire strike first, and then I'm going to pin who is left, who I haven't killed, right?
He
And
also
so
doesn't have pin.
he doesn't have pin. He's already used it. Okay, so
Yeah.
that thinking of like how the Rhine is going to play based on who's in his shatter, how low they are, how far they are from him, and how long they're going to be stunned, or like what order he's going to do it in. Not every Rhine is going to make the best choices, but if you think like the Reinhardt, that can help you choose when to Suzu.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't remember what the situation was the last time I said to Suzu after the fire strike. Was it because he pinned after?
I mean, I think so, but
Okay.
also like unfortunately, I think this Cassie was dead no matter what. Like,
Oh,
he had a shatter
Yep.
and a tire coming
Yeah.
for him. Like, I wasted my cooldowns on
Yeah.
him. I should have like just used this to reposition to higher cover or something.
I think it could have been worth it
Trying?
anyways. Yeah. I mean, if they're using shatter and they're using tire, and they're
Who knows?
they're using
right?
a lot on this. They're using a lot on this fight, and you guys have you have a lot more ultimates than they do now. So if they win this fight, it's really not the end of the world. If you can use your Suzu to like maybe a fluke happens and the Suzu saves the cast from this Rhine and from the tire at the same time somehow. Because actually that would have happened. Would you have still lost the fight? Very possible. Yeah, but Yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe it's not so prescriptive. I can't say, oh, when Ryan does this, you need to do that in Shatter.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Um,
that's with every game too. Like,
yeah,
every game is situational.
but it's not. It's like every Shatter is going to be different based
Yeah.
on who's in it, where they are, and what his resources are currently. I mean, you knew he didn't have pin, so that's a good start. You're tracking what he does and doesn't have. But for Suzu, especially the things that are more like mind games, like Arisa ult or Cass ult or Junk Tire, or like you have to do a good amount of predicting in order to use Suzu correctly. You have to like
Yeah.
get in their head. And this is like an example of that, where you're not going to perfectly predict, but you know, you can do your best. Okay, we are still in slow-mo. Wait. Okay, well, you know this Ryan doesn't have Shatter, so you're not scared doing that. That's fine. You can go height now. Go height now. Why should you go height right now?
To get a better view of the
Yes.
everything. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. And then you just know what's going on. And then from up here,
Man.
you'd see this guy.
So low.
You'd see this guy at like 70 HP, and you could just shoot him a couple times, or you force him to just back out with his shield up, which means his
Yeah.
shield. Because if he's walking back like this, no HP, it's because he knows he's safe and he's letting his shield regen.
Yeah.
If you keep shooting at him and you make him hold it up the whole way back, he can't regen. And by the time maybe your team gets back, he's got no shield, and maybe you could kill this guy.
Right.
Maybe. Maybe not, but you're letting his shield is regenning for free right now because nobody is applying pressure for him to him
Yeah.
as he's backing up. So, yep, climb up top. See, you're scared.
What?
And I don't blame you.
I have a PTSD from Junkrats and Hanzo one shots. Okay, like
I don't blame
this
you.
is the biggest fear of my life is going into this comp.
All right. Where else could you play besides this? You're
Not in the wide open.
you're in
I
it.
could be on height. I
could
could
be
just
on
be
height.
on height.
Yeah.
I could literally just be right up there. Yep, in that little cubby.
Or even
I
something
could walk
here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just literally anything other than in the wide open where anybody can use anything on me.
Your Juno wouldn't love to play up here, right? Because it's a little further. She likes
Right.
to be a little more in it. She has fall off on her damage, and she also wants to be able to speed around her tank.
Yeah.
You can afford to be a little bit further, which means you can also keep an eye on your Juno, who kind of has to be
Closer,
in the middle of
yeah.
this kind of brawly fight. Maybe not in the middle of it, but you know what I mean. So you can afford to be up here, so you should. It's just a little safer. Okay, bro. Oh, he gets one. Okay. Yep. Good Suzu. Oh, I didn't need that orbit. Whatever.
We didn't. I think that she thought the fight was lost or something. I don't know.
Well, silly Juno.
Draw strength from nature.
Okay. Yeah, you don't have like awesome options here in terms of angles, so you're just kind of playing with your team, which is fine. All right, let's see how you use Kitsune.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Sure. Yeah, all this is fine. You're just trying to keep the... I think you even could have done it earlier.
I think so too. Like
Like,
a good 10-15 seconds earlier.
I would say the first inkling I had where you could use it is like your cast starts to get crit at one point. Okay, after this. Right? Because that's an ult that could easily shut down your Kitsune, and now it's oh, so that's good.
Gone. Yeah.
Feels good, huh?
Your cast gets crit, You heal him up a
Yeah.
little bit here. Boom, you Kitsune.
Yeah.
That's the first sort of like trigger. The second is you using Suzu here.
Yeah.
And you're
I
thinking
think
we've used Torp and Suzu at the beginning of a fight. I would let's get it going. Like let's get
Yeah.
Kitsune going. I want to start getting this cooldown back a little sooner if I can as well.
I was playing this game in a voice chat with like some people, and I'm pretty sure right after I Suzu, I'm like, I need a Kitsune now. And so I immediately try to get Vision
Oh.
and Kitsune.
There you
Yeah.
go. Okay. Cool. Yep, that's fine. This whole Kitsune wasn't like you guys were just trying to continue the stagger so they couldn't get an actual fight
Yeah.
out here. That's
Yeah.
fine. Totally fine. Looks good. Oh,
Oh
uh-oh.
no. Oh,
Subtle
God.
foreshadowing.
I did not mean to fall down.
Yeah, you
It just
didn't need
kinda
to drop.
happened.
Yep, agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The sound cue's there. And
You
I
heard him.
died, and I
You
was
heard him
talking to-
now.
Yeah.
You
Well,
maybe
no,
didn't hear
I-
it in the game.
When I died in the game, I was like, oh, I heard him. Why did I not register that he was right next to me?
All right. Well, not much to say about that then. I'm not
Nope.
gonna say you should have played in that area either because, like, as I heard him there, I was like, "Ooh, that's not an angle you want to play on." And then something very bad happened. So,
Yup.
Yep. mm,
I don't know why he stops moving here, and it causes me to die.
he got trapped. He got trapped.
Oh, I didn't even see him get trapped.
Mhm.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
It's impossible for a ball to like stop that quickly. Like, only a trap can do that. You can't get me. Okay. Yeah, this is just.
Unfortunately, the regroup just didn't work out.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll just. All right, now you guys are all back. Oh, what was this for?
The
Discord?
Discord. Thank you.
No,
Yeah,
no. Like,
You
let
don't think
him
so?
let him deal with that. Let him deal with that. Yeah,
Okay.
because it's not like we're in the middle of a fight and he absolutely can, like, if he's up in here and there's just no way for him to get Discord off, it's a different story. Still don't think that's really worth a Suzu, but there's no urgency here, right? He can take the 1.5 seconds it takes to remove Discord. Hide,
Like,
reload, heal up, get the DPS passive off me, heal up to full, get my armor back, re-peek.
okay.
That's what he should do here. Because now, the fact that the Discord orb is off him means he can't get orbed for another 5 seconds, and then he can actually make moves.
You're all good.
He might have been trying to do that. See how he was walking to the left
Yeah.
anyways?
Yeah. I'm like trying so hard. I should have saved my Suzu for then. Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
not
this
gonna
dude's
end well.
insane.
I don't know his plan there. That's okay. Yeah, it's not on you. You can't really do anything about that. Okay, good try.
Draw strength from nature.
Alright, you guys just lost that.
I'm restored. My gift to you. Justice. Ladies and gentlemen, did you think you were safe up there?
Alright, you guys are set up on height.
Washed away.
Where can you play here? There's a Maga behind you. Yeah.
Stay out of my way.
Okay. Let's
Couldn't
go,
give you a
let's go
thought
back. Let's go
process
back.
behind this.
Let's go back.
Couldn't
Let's
give
go
you-
back.
Okay, I will say we were on height and there was a Pharah and she pushed us off height. Ash and I both got pretty low and we dropped height. Actually, I didn't. I just straight up fell off and she's critical.
Now,
Should I have recontested that? Probably.
I just think whatever you guys do, I mean, you have a couple options. It's just this is bad because you have everyone sort of huddled around this tiny cover, which is the payload, and you are susceptible to this angle, anyone on height, and also anyone behind you, which is what this Mongo went through castle.
Yeah.
This Mongo went through here, and he's going to come from behind. You guys are open to everything right now. Like, this is just bad. If you're going to play in a passive position like this, at least be somewhere where you can see everything and you're not open to everything.
Yeah. I think I do need to get a little better about coverage usage and escort maps specifically. Like I have a hard time because it's constantly moving. That
Yeah.
and push maps.
Usually there's going to be a sort of outside lane here that has some cover, right? So as the payload, let me just do this. As the payload is like moving this way, you're usually going to have something like this is some cover you could play around, or over here. Usually the rotation is like sometimes it's like longer and wonkier, and then sometimes it's like really like straightforward. Every map is going to be a little different, but there's usually going to be some sort of outside lane there, and usually also an inside lane where like you might have like a doorway here, and then like maybe a mini, and this is where like your tracers are going to play. And so usually when there is any sort of turn, there's going to be options like that. And obviously on this map, no inside lane. That's just a pit of death. You just sort of have this outside, and then although people don't use it too often, people usually are just going to use this like height.
Yeah.
Right. So that is an option though. What's the not so fun part about using an outside lane is how long the rotations are between usable cover, right? Whereas like when we talked about this, doorway here, let's pretend it's not a pit of death. Let's say this is Circuit Royale first point, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
With like the little like the little like clothes rack. You have free access to here, and then you have free access to here, and then it's like literally like 5 steps back and forth. Super easy. Whereas this is super long. So you usually are gonna like the inside lanes, but sometimes you do have to get creative and work with the outside lanes as well. Just because of like, for example, this portion of the map, it's your only option. So something you could look out for, like you said, on escort maps. You guys you heard tire and cage. You're losing this fight. You're losing this fight. Just start backing up.
Okay.
If it were cage and maybe something else, but if it's cage and Pharah ult, cage and Reaper ult, cage and tire, cage and anything like that, what on earth is your team gonna do about that? And you don't have Suzu, so just you've lost. Leave or go for a trade. Okay. Wow, I love Magamirs.
Yeah, they're so fun.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Yeah. But that was just like it was just a really good cage. You didn't have Suzu when you needed it because you use it early.
Right.
Why don't you need Suzu here?
Because he's regenning as he's on fire.
Or he's using his haha, right? He's using his overdrive, which means he's healing himself as he's doing
Right.
damage to this really fat guy in front of him. He's not missing those shots, right? He's
Okay.
100% getting that health. They're doing it to each other.
It's so annoying. I hate Magamirs.
So right now
I
they're
think-
literally just like exchanging HP, and he has a double pocket. You don't know what their Maga has, but you know for a fact your Maga has 2 healers looking at him right now. He does not need a Suzu.
Let
He's
the
gonna be fine.
be purified.
Exception is if he gets antied during this, because then he can't heal himself, right? Now,
Yeah, now he's critical,
mm-hmm,
and I don't have Suzu.
right. Yeah, I think maybe your Illy might eat the Suzu. It might still hit him. I'm not sure. You just get booped back by the Pharah, unfortunately. But I would want to use Suzu here, right? You'd want to use Suzu here and immediately Kitsune. So do your little animation cancel. Suzu Kitsune. boom.
Yeah.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Doesn't matter. The cage wins you guys the fight. It's a great cage.
Protection.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, you hear him?
Careful.
Oh, you kill him. Wait, let's watch that. Mink, mink, mink. All right. Love that.
Howdy.
Okay.
Soothing your wounds. I'm with you. We're outnumbered.
Yeah. The positioning this whole fight has been really tough.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do in a fight that's this close to touching.
I'm with you.
Yeah, so you guys don't need to fight literally on the, like, you guys don't need to all be on the point here.
Yeah.
You really want to be taking space further up. Maybe up here. You could,
Mhm.
before they even get up here, like, don't even give them the option to, like, contest this
Mhm.
space first, or push up and fight here, or
Mhm.
both, right? Your tank is
Yeah.
pushing up to see if anyone's coming main, and then you've got you and your DPS on some height, and then hey, if they have to force you out by using a cooldown, then that's a different story. But you guys are just sitting here waiting for them to show
Yeah.
up and spam you
Why
out
do
from
I
multiple
l- why
angles.
do I leave after I kill the Junkrat?
Good question.
Like why do I think I'm up there alone anyway, but why do I leave in the first place?
I mean, you just got a good stagger. Okay.
Careful.
Is it the pharmacy?
It's the diva.
Draw strength
And they get the
from
res.
nature.
Okay, like that's fair. You get the one
2v4,
is
right?
the Ash is 1 HP. You Suzu her. You hear that they're resing. Okay, we don't want to take that fight right there, right now. But we cannot stay here. We have to take some space because right now we can get shot at from so many different angles. We have no cover. We have no map control. We have no height. We have nothing over here. We got to do something. I'd like your tank, someone on your team to sort of push out, because just spread out. Do something. Because if you've got someone over here that's kind of contesting this, I don't know why the Zen's alone, but like, then that also means that anyone who's on height can be shot at from here.
Yeah.
Or anyone that pushes out here, they have to look at your team, but they're also getting shot at by someone over here. So it kind of forces them to play around this cover. Just spreading out, getting any angles. This feels super uncomfortable.
And you can tell by like how I'm playing. Like I'm confused.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what to
Yeah.
do. My team's all in a bubble. Like I didn't know what to do. I did my best. I took space. I took
Mhm.
height. I pushed forward. Unfortunately, there were only 2 of us up there. So like, who's there to back me up when I'm getting the
Mhm,
boostered at with the
Mhm.
grenades from a diva? You know.
Yeah. Someone needs to, like, your Maga needs to go. Someone needs to go. Go somewhere. Okay, so this is kind of, you're doing your best here. You can't really go and contest a diva, and your Illy looked like she wanted to, and she can't really either. So this is just kind of unfortunate. We'll just move on.
Come on.
Okay, just dying on point. That's fine.
The breeze brings relief.
All right. What are we thinking positioning wise?
Right now, I'm playing safe because I know they're pushing up, and if I try to cross, I'll probably take fire. But I do probably want to get to that height that's half broken over there on the right.
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I do believe I might go up there.
Mhm.
I might also be confusing this with a different game that I played recently. But this is really good. I do usually try to take this height
Okay.
when I'm playing this map on defense.
I agree that it's just also because nobody on your team is there yet. So someone
Yeah.
needs to be up there.
Right.
It's like missed opportunity to apply pressure. Really, you'd like your Ashe to be up here. And then, hey, if your Ashe is up here, well, that's a free TP. And then you could play up here, or if you don't like it, then you can decide to fall back, play around this health pack, or even get more aggressive. I mean, you've got some sort of maneuver. This is another outside lane, right? Because this is, if this is your where your payload is, there isn't an inside lane here again. There's not an inside, like there's a door here and a door here. There's no inside. There's only an outside with like really, really long rotations. Like this one's a super long rotation. This one's not so bad. And then this one with your health pack is not so bad either. But again, you're kind of looking to play on this outside lane here.
Okay.
So that's why some parts of Eichenwald can feel a little awkward because there aren't as many like inside lanes, which you as Kiriko kind of prefer to play around.
Get ready for a shock. I'm here. Let the Kitsune
Yeah.
guide you.
Why that Kitsune?
I have my team coming back. It'll be fully, like I don't know, or they used an ult already. I have some teammates that are low. I need to use my Suzu. It just made sense in the moment. I don't have really like good explanation for it.
You could die anytime here or get forced out by maybe a couple shots by the Zen or the Pharah. And then you either die here with Kitsune or you get forced into a position where you can't use Kitsune, maybe because you have to TP out to somewhere awkward, and then you can't use Kitsune. So now you just have to use it because there's a risk of you not being able to use it. So just use it now, and then worst case scenario, you get forced out or you die, your Kitsune is still there on point for your Zar to use.
Okay.
So, I mean, I agree with it. I agree. Oh. What was that?
What was what?
What was that, Suzu?
I don't know.
Was it for you?
I don't think so.
It definitely wasn't for
that
your Zar.
That diva wasn't really. Oh, well, maybe. No, because I'm already regenning. So maybe because she turned around and started looking at me. I genuinely don't know. Like I said, that's one of my things that I need to work on is like being more like definite about what I'm doing with my Suzus.
I see. Yeah, I think I can't figure out really either what the purpose of the Suzu might be.
What's up?
But currently you have TP'd. You were in a slightly safer spot. Yes, there was a diva here, but you were actively regenning, and now you've TP'd into the LOS of like the rest of their team.
Easy.
And you're not even hiding from the diva, right? The diva can just turn around and look at you here. So this is a worse spot, and you've just used a cooldown. You have no cooldowns.
Right.
Your Zara didn't need
And
it.
I'm in the middle. Yeah, she didn't. I didn't even need it. Like I said, don't know.
It was just like a clicking buttons moment.
Probably.
Okay. Your junk gets 1, and you guys are up 1. Nice.
I'm on fire. Restoring balance.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I think that's fine, by the way. Your Ash just shouldn't have been where she was. I don't know, she started walking forward again. Yeah.
Justice reigns from above. Careful, we're outnumbered.
Oh, that's scary stuff.
We win this. We win this game. It's
I
all
can't say
over.
too much, but like, cause it was like either you Suzu your junk or you Suzu yourself. I think there is a way that you Suzu both of you. If you just
Yeah.
hit this corner here.
Yeah.
You might have still died. But, I mean... I don't think it matters too much. You said you win somehow? Oh, because Bob... Okay, wait. What are your TP options coming out of spawn?
They're smushed together. I kind of just TP to the first person I see.
Go to your Ash. Go to your Ash. Because there is... From here, you can even tell that she's in a safer spot. Based on what you know about this map, is she's probably playing on this, like, left, like, catwalk. Not cat... Whatever it's called. Oh, I assume she was playing up here, but close enough. You can climb up here and then play around this health pack. But the person that, from spawn, you can tell is the most removed from the fight is your Ash. So whenever you have multiple options like this, choose the safest one. So just go to your Ash instead. Nothing happened.
I don't give up that easily.
But something bad could have happened.
Right.
Wait, what I missed? Oh, okay. We're just in between fights. Alright, and you've got Kitsune for last fight. Let's see how we use that. We got an early grab going.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Did I overextend? Probably. I was in the process of turning around to TP out, but I just died before I can, I think.
No, it's fine. Your adventure just... That was, yeah, good cook. And then and then your Suzu ended up not actually helping them. So you were concerned about another teammate, and you weren't actually looking at your own position in the danger that you were in. You just got too focused on, oh, a teammate got hooked and I really need to help them instead of preserving your own life.
Done playing around.
Okay. If we could be a little more disciplined with our position and our cover usage, where could we go instead? Where could we do everything we're doing now? From a slightly
top
different...
left or top right? Anywhere except the middle of the map.
Or even just this health pack is fun.
Yeah.
Like right here.
Okay. Yeah. Like, just, don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I just get so locked in because it's overtime and I'm like, I really want to win this, that I will give up positioning just to get, like, a better angle on hitting my target versus, like, playing it safe.
And you know the ironic part is... Your overtime spawns are twice as long. And this is when you just cannot die.
Right.
So this is when you must milk every advantage you have. If you've got someone already on point, because you can be here.
I should be there.
You're not forced to play on point. Right? Your Zar is. But you can be somewhere else. So go somewhere else that's going to keep you safe and you can do the same job from. Yeah.
Okay.
Is this it? This is where you win?
I think so.
Okay, so What did we talk about?
Just my like positioning in Suzu's really,
Suzu's. I
and
think,
like not taking off angles.
as in you did not take enough off angles, you're saying?
Yeah, or if I did, I didn't hold them long enough. Like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't get pressured out of them. I was just like, okay, I gotta let myself go
You're
now.
like, oh, I'm
Bye.
scared, I'm gonna go. Yeah, so accurately assessing the risk of a certain position. And the risk of a position is not innate to that spot. This spot is not always going to be risky. Not even if the fight, you can have two fights happen in the exact same spot
Mm-hmm.
with the exact same cooldowns used and everything. And one of them will be more risky than the other because of who's looking at you,
Yeah.
right? So it doesn't just matter like where exactly you are in relation to your team. It also matters whose attention do you have, whose eyes are on you. Um, and so assessing that as well instead of just, how risky is this spot? That's a very arbitrary question, right?
Right, because it's
Who
always situational.
right, with the situation being like, well, who's looking at me? Who wants me
Mm-hmm.
dead right now? Who am I threatening and who am I threatened by? So that's something to consider on angles. Make them earn it. Make them earn your TP out. You had both early Suzus and late Suzus.
Yeah.
So we saw a little bit of both. And
Yeah, that's just hot. Like, it's just, I'm all over the place in that aspect. Like, Suzuing has been something that I've been trying to work on since I picked up Kiri, and I just feel like it's just a really hard, like, timing thing to get
it
down
is.
because every single situation is different than the next. Like, you're never gonna see two of the same Suzu situations ever in this game, really.
And
So, like,
yeah, that's because with Suzu, it's similar to the being on an angle thing is you have to assess the situation, the amount of damage that's coming in,
yeah,
and when you can afford to Suzu and when is too late. So if
yeah,
you don't have all the information and you don't know the cooldowns that people have, you don't know who's actively looking at you or your Suzu target, you can think, okay, right now it feels like it's about 50 DPS coming in, like 50 damage per second, which means I probably have another second before I can Suzu. When in reality, if you knew that there's actually another person looking at them, then you actually need to Suzu right now. So just
right,
sort of, do you have all the information? And the more you play, the better practice you'll get at
yeah,
that. But that's something that is just so difficult to quantify because that
mm-hmm,
is so wrapped up in your awareness. Um,
yeah,
so it's going to be, like you said, it's different in every single situation because you're never going to have the same fight happen twice with the same people shooting at the same people and the same amount of damage coming in. So Suzu is tough, but at least, I mean, we got to see a lot of different scenarios. We got to see early Suzus and late Suzus and talk about why they were early
mm-hmm,
and why they were late. Um, different positions. We talked about how on this map specifically, there's often a complete lack of like inside lane. Like
mm-hmm,
actually, a lot of these points. So let's go like here, this choke here. There's no inside lane, right?
uh,
There's no
yeah,
way that this thing connects to this thing. Right,
right,
you
not
literally
at
have to
all.
go through the choke. Um,
Yep,
there is an outside lane though, right? All of this connects.
yeah,
Okay. Um, so some maps just have limitations like that, and for that reason, you might just have to play more of an outside lane, which again, as Curie, you don't really love that, right? You like
no,
being closer. You like the more guaranteed TPs. You don't like to waste time during rotations,
mm-hmm.
but sometimes it's safer. It's your only option. So
Yeah, sometimes just taking the outside lane or taking a longer rotation feels like a waste because by the time that I get like even close to where I want to be, half of my team's critical and I have to leave. And I'm like, okay,
right.
here's my heals, let me try again. And then like, oh, third time's a charm. I finally was able to like get this way.
Yeah, here's another one where we were talking about how like this technically would have been an option, but you were just getting spammed out so bad here that
Yeah.
like, well, I guess
And
my
then
other option is to go this way.
Right, but then the Rhine was there.
Right.
Like
So you
like we were being held hostage in our spawn
mhm.
for a minute. Like there was
Yeah.
nothing we could do.
But like it's not a coincidence that this outside lane feels bad because it feels slow.
Yeah,
However,
exactly.
if you can afford to like make this, if you can live and you're not getting spammed out, because there's cover here, or like there's a doorway here, there's a doorway here, so this is cover. There's some cover here, depending on how far back you play, like if you crouch, and then once you get past sort of like this sight line here, all of this is safe and in cover,
Yeah.
from the people over here. This whole rotation, while you're making this rotation, it's pretty open, but that means you can literally actively be healing your team and doing damage as you're walking this whole way. So,
Right.
yes, it's a long rotation and it takes me forever to get there, but I'm not useless while I'm rotating because I'm not
Right.
behind walls the whole time. So, that could be, you could use that to your advantage as well, right? All you need as Kiriko to do like max APM is LOS, right? As long
Yeah.
as I can see my team and I can see their team while I'm making this rotation, heal kunai kunai, heal kunai kunai. And I'm able to like, and I'm not sacrificing any APM really, any uptime. So, okay,
All
cool.
right.
So we talked about a lot of map stuff, which was kind of cool. So
I mean,
I
and
think
that
that's
stuff
everything.
is the most important for me anyway, because like once I have better map awareness, I feel like I do a lot better with like playing. Because if I'm comfortable with where I'm going and comfortable with like angles and stuff, I can be a little more like free with
Mm-hmm. Right,
knowing.
right,
Like
right.
I one of my most comfortable maps is Colosseo because I'm so comfortable
Mm.
with the rotations and like where to go and what to do. Because
Yep.
I feel like we've probably had the most coaching on that map, but I've also feel like I played that map the most. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
When you have that comfortable autopilot, then you can use your brain
For
on
other
actual
things.
things that are going to be different every single fight, right? You
Yeah.
can start thinking about ults. You can start thinking about where exactly you need to play because of those ults or cooldowns or heroes or whatever. But your autopilot is already going on in the background. Your positioning autopilot, places you're comfortable with, health packs that you know where they are, rotations that are long or not long for you, TP options. That is already in your autopilot, which means you can use your brain on the fight here and now. And
Mhm.
so maps that you're not as comfortable with, you're unfortunately that's not on autopilot. You're still actively thinking about all this positioning stuff. So
Yeah.
until you can get that sort of autopilot in every map, these maps feel worse.
Yep.
But you just one at a time, you get more and more comfortable with them, and then you add it to your list of maps where you've got your little autopilot. So,
I agree.
mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Well,
Cool.
that's that. Good job,
That's
Caleb
that.
Boo 1014. You're such a good
Thanks.
Kiriko.